Attention, the rattling sound is normal. The position sensor part inside the clock makes a rattling sound. This is by design of gravity sensing. The product is not defective. Oh, it's defective. Oh yeah. Today we're going to take a look at the old Gateway laptop that died when I was over at Sharky's. It's 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday, okay? Not a good time for this, but I'm getting started now because I have the time, so we're going to do that. First thing we're going to do is run Diagnostics only to waste time. I already know the hard drive is bad, but let's see if it can tell us how bad it actually is. Alright, so here it is. I have not powered this up since. This disk looks maybe not dirty enough that it'll boot. We'll turn it on, stick in the disk. If I recall, this should be set to boot off CD. It's doing a memory test. It found the hard drive. It's spinning up the CD. It's trying to read it. There we go. Excellent. Alright, we'll go down to hard disks. We'll do a check performance first. It is showing model firmware and serial unknown, so I don't know if it actually can perform the smart test, which means that I don't know that the diagnostics are actually going to report anything, because that's really all the information I'm looking for, per se. I really don't care about anything else it has to say except for that, and if it can't tell me that, then so what? You know, I mean, I know the drive is bad. I heard it as being bad. It gave me errors as being bad in terms of the machine locking up and it just not moving and doing anything. And it may have even thrown an error saying it can't copy the data that I wanted it to copy. And it even blue screened on me at one point. So the performance test is not going to tell us anything. It says that otherwise, so far from the results here, everything is fine. So in just a couple of seconds, we'll get the final results. There we go. So it says that seek time is 16.95 milliseconds, 83.43 megabytes per second cache reads. Yay! We'll go over to the internal cache test. That'll tell us something, maybe. Okay, that didn't tell us anything at all. Smart test, it can't run it. Let me just check the BIOS quick just to see if there's anything I can set, because I don't need anything on this disk, so if I have to change some settings, it's alright. So we'll reboot, and how to get into the BIOS on this thing, I don't remember. F2, okay, that works. So now I gotta look through. Nothing here. I hit the wrong key, so it beeped at me. Nothing there. Nothing there. Boot devices. Main hard drive enabled and exit. So I don't have any options to change. There's just not a damn thing to do. So the diagnostics won't tell us anything. So that's actually an important thing that we just learned. Back in my day at Tiny Middle, they were opening a new store in a different location that was 20 miles, 25 miles away, something like that. So they hired a bunch of these high school dropout rejects, as they normally do, and they came into our store, and we had to train them. Now, that wasn't a bad thing because some of them actually knew what they were doing. But there was one guy who dropped his machine off, said it wouldn't boot up. And I was sitting there with one of these rejects who was maybe a noob at it. So I said, all right, it says it won't boot up, so let's see what's going on. So obviously you got to try it because you can never trust the customer. So I turned it on, and it goes to try to boot, but nothing. And it's sitting there for, 20, 30 seconds, and nothing's happening. So I just went and I stuck my ear on it, and I heard that sound. The sound of the hard drive going. And as such, I knew immediately, within a matter of 30 seconds, that the hard drive was bad. So the guy says to me, shouldn't we run diagnostics? I said, why? I just told you what's wrong with it. He said, well, we don't know that for sure. I said, I know that for sure. Here. And I gave him the diagnostic disc, and he sat there for 15 minutes and ran all the damn tests. And it came back and it said the hard drive was bad. That was it. I just know what's going on. So we're done. There's nothing more to do here. The next thing that we need to do is swap out the hard drive. The hard drive is SATA. I believe I had checked that. And it lives right in here. So let me get some screwdrivers and we'll get going. The finest in Chinese screwdrivery. I don't know which one is going to fit. This may actually be too big. No, it seems to fit, at least for these screws. So we'll pull these two screws and see what we have, which will also date this machine. There we go. So it looks like it's a Western defective drive, 120 gig. And it says November 2007 right over there. So this machine is from 2007, November 2007. We'll just call it 2008. So that's 13 years for sure that this machine is, as far as age. I believe this to be the original drive. The size of the drive, the capacity of the drive is indicative of that. So we need to swap that out. Now, I'm in a bit of a pickle here because a while ago Lexmark had sent me that Dell N4020 laptop, I think, that I had to fix the fan on and then install Windows and all that. Well, the only drive I had at the time that was handy was 160 gig. This is 120. Now, this is the laptop that I use when I travel, and this 120 gig drive had plenty enough space for what I needed while I was away. So I don't need anything else. Now, I have in an external a laptop drive that's 500 gig, but why do I want to put a 500 gig drive in here when I'm never going to use the space? And I'm also, killing a drive that could be better used in another machine, such as that N4020 Dell. So I have a lot of drive shuffling that I need to do and figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. But I received a message from a certain YouTuber, SaturnEv, who had done a fresh install of Windows 7 here in 2021 and claimed that the Windows updates refuse to install. That is what we're here to set out to find out today. So I need a spare drive. Well, so it turns out that Lexmark 567 sent me a gift for Malcolm Xmas, a 500 gig ADATA solid state drive. This is the first solid state drive I've ever owned. I've used them before, I know what they're about, I know all the speed benefits, but I'm a cheap fuck. So I don't buy solid state hard drives. So we're going to get this swapped out. This is a simple operation. It's a SATA drive. This is a SATA drive. There are 2 screws on this side, 2 screws on the other side, and I don't even know that I'm going to go that far with it. to even mount it, because this is a temporary thing, really only to find out if we can still install Windows 7 updates. I have a sneaking suspicion that we can, and it's just a problem with his machine that he's having, because it is a power spec, so that doesn't come as much of a surprise, to me anyway. So we're going to pull this out, not drop it on the concrete. Here it is. It's plastic, it's thin, it's nothing, it weighs nothing, and it has a SATA connector. And the SATA connector is configured in such a way that if I just slip this in, straighten it out, and pop it in, that's going to hold it great enough for our purposes. So I'm going to flip the machine back over, find my Windows installation USB drive, hopefully, and we'll go from there. Well, I had some success. It was good. I found the drive I need. So we're going to install now, and we're going to wait. Setup is starting. Pretty sure it's going to find the SSD without a problem. That'll be nice. Turn the screen a bit, maybe it'll give you a little better, without as much glare. It'd be nice if it works. There we go. So we're going to do Home Premium 64-bit. We'll accept. We're going to do custom. It found the drive, 500 gig, 465.8, close enough. We'll hit next, and it should start installing. I'm curious to see how this machine is actually going to perform with an SSD. I'm not expecting anything because it is 13 years old, but it should be certainly a bit faster than a mechanical hard drive. I'm not a speed demon. I don't care. This drive is going in a different machine. I'm only using it because it is currently blank and it's handy. And we're only doing this, like I said, as a test to find out if indeed the Windows updates will still work on Windows 7. So I'll come back once this is installed. Alright, we're all set. Like I said, I'm not keeping this, so it really doesn't matter what I call it. I'll just call it test, because who cares? Like I said, I'm going to be erasing this and all that kind of great stuff. We are in the Eastern time zone. That might be important. The date and time is correct. And we'll connect up to that one. Start automatically. Home network. It's I was here after it installed Windows and it booted up for the first time, and I gotta say, I'm dismayed with solid-state hard drives. I know I said before that, like, you know, I've used them and the performance. This thing is so old it achieves virtually no performance benefits from this. That I knew. Oh, here, this is important. This is a genuine version of Windows. If you paid for this DVD, then you should ask for a refund. Yeah, well, that's important to make it work, because it didn't come with 7, so it needs to put that in. I'm not dismayed at the performance, because I knew that that was going to be a load of crap. This is going to reboot, which is normal. What I am dismayed about is that over here, which the camera can't see, is the hard drive light. And that flickers and does its thing exactly like it would if there were a normal hard drive in here. Nothing. It doesn't make any sounds. Just the fan. That's it. The fan spins up and down like it always did. There's no hard drive. There's no sticking your ear on it and, you know, hearing it whir and doing any of that stuff. Nothing. Let's see how it boots. Okay, the Windows logo has come together. It's breathing. Well, that was better than last time. Okay, that was a lot faster. I got to give it that. For a 13-year-old machine to boot up that fast, then again, remember, this is an absolutely clean install with friggin' nothing. That was pretty respectable, you gotta say. Now, I don't know where I have the service. Oh, I have it right on the damn flash drive. Isn't that friggin' convenient? Windows 7 Service Pack 1, 64-bit. That's what I need. It's right there. I put those on there just in case, because I knew I'd need them. See how nice that worked? Proper planning prevents piss-poor performance. It's true. It's really true. We're ready to install. Now, obviously, I'm installing Service Pack 1 because without that, Windows 7 is just... forget it. It's unusable, and as far as the chance of any updates or anything like that is pretty much nil. There's going to be so much crap it's going to have to install for that there's no way. Now, obviously, that went really fast, and that is not the entire installation because this is going to go for quite some time beyond that. It couldn't have even copied that size file from the flash drive to this machine that fast. Now it's downloading something. It says downloading Windows 6.1-KB976932-x64.cab. Okay. Just for shits and grins, let me copy this to the desktop. Even though it's already being accessed, some of it should be cached. 75, 66, 52, 44, 42, 36, 34, 33, 31, I'm telling the speed, 29, 27, 26. So I think in this case we're actually being throttled by the flash drive. Once it's done copying, I'll make a copy of it on the desktop because I got all the space in the world with 500 gig. You know, that's tremendous right there. Okay, there. Now, this is not a fair test because it's cached, but we'll make a copy. Yeah, that's pretty damn fast. 150 megabytes per second. Now, that was quick. I gotta say, that was pretty damn fast. I was rather impressed by that. So anyway, there's nothing left to do but let this install. Funny how we can copy the entire installer package that quick, but then we're waiting for this. At this point, provided there's enough RAM in the machine, the entire file's cached, and I believe it is because I just made a copy of it, and it's 924 megabytes. This has 2.5 gig of RAM in it. So there's definitely, on a clean install, a gig of RAM free to hold that file. Nothing more to do but wait, let that install, and then we're going to get portable update. Do I have that file on here? I don't, but that's not a big deal because we can get that. I think even using Internet Explorer with how it is. If not, I have it somewhere and whatever. But anyway, that's enough babbling. We'll let that install, and I don't need these anymore, so we can delete those. I should have held down Shift, but I'm too lazy. I like dumping it in the recycle bin first because occasionally, I'll delete a file. It'll go in the recycle bin. I'll go to, whoa, what did I do? No, let's pull it back out of there. Okay, good. We didn't screw up that bad. All right, we'll let this install and come back later. Oh, a welcome message Windows 7 Service Pack 1 is now installed. Now, if I recall, this machine does not need any drivers installed. I just want to check that. Oh, it's even got a pirate. We're going to fix that. I don't like the pirate there. We're going to fix that. But Windows is activated. That's the main thing. So we'll fix all that up. That's not a problem. That is, I don't remember that being there last time I installed, so that's rather odd and interesting. Okay, so Service Pack 1 is in. There's no drivers needed. We're good. We need portable update, but all we have is Windows Internet Explorer old. Yeah. Just go away. Open that. Portable update. Ah, very good. Downloads. 2.51. We'll save it to the desktop. We'll save it. It's done. Excellent. Close that. Close all tabs. We don't need that kind anymore. And now we're going to extract all. And we're going to extract. It's extracted. That was quick. We'll get rid of that. Empty it. And go back over here. We'll just leave it. Is this running at 1024 by 768? Or 1280 by 720? 1280 by 800. Yeah, 1280 by 800. Ultra bright widescreen. This is actually a 16 by 10 screen. Very rare. You don't see those too often. But it is 16 by 10. Port up. You want to run this? Yeah, I do. We have to accept the EULA. It's going to create some more files. We'll close that because we don't need it anymore. And now it has to download all this stuff. I check everything off. This is going to be downloading, about 1.1 gigabytes worth of data. So, let's see. I hit start. The first 3 files it needed nothing to do with, really. And the big one, the 1 gigabyte payload, is already at 3%, 4%, and seems to be going along just fine. Once this is installed, then we can search for updates, and that was the original intent for this video. Yeah. So we'll wait, and we'll come back when that has finished downloading. Alright, it's downloaded everything. We're going to go over to search and hit start. Oh, Dick. That's not good. OX80072EFE WinNet_E_connection_aborted. The connection with the server was terminated abnormally. Connection related errors. We are certainly still connected. Well, it gives a website that it won't let us copy. That's nice. It's strange how it downloaded that big file to start with, but not this. I'm going to do a little research and see what I can find out. Oh, Windows doesn't like that kind. The browser is too outdated to bring that up, so I went and I brought that link to another machine, and the page didn't exist. So that was really nice. How a knowledge base article can go away, I don't know. But it did. And I found some information. We're gonna... Okay, I closed it and it said the system is updated. It's not. So that's fine. I plugged a flash drive in with a couple of files. First thing it said is to go to Windows Update. This is old information from 2016. Might still apply. You never know. Change settings and set to never. Hit OK. Close. Disconnect from the internet. Okay. And then go and run services.msc. Did I mistype it? Hopefully. Services. And we got to look for Windows Update. That should be down at the end. PQRSTU Windows Update. Stop the service and go to Properties and change it to Manual. Hit OK. Close that. Reboot the machine. Okay, it's rebooted. We'll open this, and then I have two things to install. It said this one first. I'm going to run them as administrator if I can. No, it won't let me because it's a Microsoft standalone package. So just run it. This is KB30200369 x64. Do you want to install that update? Yes. That looks like an old Windows Update screen, doesn't it? Well, it's supposed to. That's what it looks like to me. So we have to install that, and then, okay, installation complete. Then we have to reboot and install KB3172605. So I'm going to reboot now. Okay, we're reloaded. I want to ensure I am disconnected, so I'll disconnect again. We'll go back to that flash drive over here, and we'll run that one. Preparing the installation. And searching for updates on this computer. Searching for updates? Isn't this a fucking installer for an update? What is it searching for? Do you want to install that? Yes. Okay, now we get the Windows Update looking thing again. And we'll wait for that to install. Alright, that's installed, and we'll restart one more time. Okay, we've rebooted again. We're going to run services and go back to Windows Update. Windows Update, Properties, change it to Automatic Delayed Start, click OK, and start the service. Service is started. I'm going to now run Portable Update again to see if that's going to work. That should load in, well, quick. You know, not very long at all. Just till it processes whatever it needs to. Okay, now we'll go over to search and watch it still say it's toast. like it's working. You see that? Look at that. It's doing more than it did before. I will come back when something happens. I want you to see this very clearly. It fucking worked. This is a tight shot. But I got it to work. I did. I fixed it. Why can't anybody else? So, SaturnEv or SaturnEv, however you like it to be pronounced, this proves my point in the email that I sent you. It's not what you know, it's who you blow. No, actually, that's a different story. No, it's a matter of getting the right guy. The guy who actually knows what's going on. This clearly found the Windows updates. I will continue on and have it download just fucking all of the damn updates. We'll hit start. It's downloading. Now, I'm using Portable Update, but I fully expect that Windows Update will be able to pull the updates in much the same fashion. I prefer Portable Update because it's a lot better as far as installing. It lets you install stuff over installing stuff instead of Windows Update kvetching and only saying, oh, you have to install this update first before we can do anything else. No, this first. Portable Update will do it. That's another thing nobody else is going to tell you. Yeah. Look at that. Success. So, the jokers at that place you went to didn't know jack shit. I know jack shit. My dad's name is actually Jack, but his last name isn't shit. So, I know a Jack anyway. There you go. It works. Once this is downloaded to this machine, it will install without really even needing an internet connection. So we have full proof that it is working. That's it. It definitely still works. Yes, there are indeed more hoops you have to jump through here and now in 2021 in order to make Windows 7 updates work. It's the wizard beard. That's what does it. It's the wizard beard. Unfortunately, I think it needs to go away now in January because Calderona and the mask kind of doesn't work like that. But yeah, it's a matter of finding the right guy for the job. I was that guy. When I did this professionally, I was that guy. I was the guy who was able to figure it all out. We had a few other techs that were really good. There was this other guy this guy could fix fucking anything. He was really good. More on the mechanical side of things, as opposed to the software side. I generally like the hardware side myself, the mechanical side of it, rather than the actual software, because this really is something that ends up making you lose your hair. But anyway, it now works. Yes, there are hoops to jump through. I don't like it. But if you do need to reinstall your Windows 7 machine here and now in January 2021, it can be done. And you can get your Windows updates in and everything like that. Now, how to do it, I ran through it in the video, but I'm not going to leave you hanging there. If you take a look down in the prescriptions down below, I'm going to have an entire list along with links for the files that you need to download. But you must follow those directions exactly as they are written. I did not write that. I researched it. Remember, stealing from one is plagiarism. Stealing from many is research. I researched it. And I'm going to post that information in the prescription below this video. So, there we go. not only proof of concept, but indeed it does work, because otherwise it wouldn't even be downloading these updates, which it's getting from the Windows Update server. So, once again, I was able to fix it. Somebody else found it somewhere, and the fact is, I got the right information and I fixed it. And the interesting part, like I had mentioned before, was that fix was from 2016, 5 years ago. Still valid today. So just because it's older information does not in any way mean that it's definitely outdated. It could very well be, but in general it's not very, it's not a definite that it's actually outdated. And that's it. So it works, and I'll stop babbling now, but I was able to fix it. That's big score for me and SaturnEv, SaturnEv. I hope that is going to help you out as well. Just make sure to follow those directions, and of course anybody else out there who's watching who does want to reinstall Windows 7 here and now in 2021. Thank you very kindly for watching. There will be more of this Gateway laptop coming up in the future, where I'm going to have to run through this procedure again, because as I had shown before in the video, I just put a spare SSD in here, which is greatly speeding things up. But that aside, I'm going to find an actual mechanical hard drive to put in here so we can get some nicer sounds out of the machine and slow the performance back down to something acceptable for a 13-year-old laptop. But there you go. All set. Thank you very kindly for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and no, I will not fix your computer unless you pay me. And believe me, my prices are going to be worth it. If you're interested, you can contact me. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.